The raison d'etre, if you will, on the takedown with Cliff Schecter has always been exposing the dangers of the right. Got to drink more water, guys. Pointing out how the right has gone insane. How a once center-right party that had some crazy people in it is now a crazy party with like 3 or 4 center-right people in it. There's a lot of examples of that. Larry Hogan, who I don't agree with politically, but at least was sort of a center-right governor of Maryland, won't even endorse the current Republican nominee in Maryland because it's a crazy person, and that's sort of a metaphor. They got the last center-right one out of their systems, and they've moved over. Even in more sort of liberal states, this is what's going on. So let's get to the point here. We talk about threats to our democracy. 90% of which, 99% of which are from the right, but they also can come from the left enabling the right. We did another one of these things in the past, or at least fake leftists, let's say, enabling the right. We did one on Glenn Greenwald just a day or two ago, and of course it's about how he's completely embraced the right, and he's done it for money and ego and narcissism and whatever the empty part of his soul is. But he once called himself a figure of the left, and now we talk about Andrew Yang. The grift is strong with that one. Andrew Yang, came from being an entrepreneur, came from a background having nothing to do with politics. And here's my problem. People say, you want people without experience. Too much political experience, certainly in Washington and some state capitals, can lead to people becoming corrupt. We know that. Our system's corrupt. It's a problem. But you want people that have shown an actual interest before. Maybe they've worked at nonprofits to help folks and run them. Preferably, maybe they've been activists on the front lines of protesting. They've somehow shown some interest in politics. Andrew Yang did not. He showed none. He was interested in entrepreneurialism and other things, which is fine. But then when he went and he realized the easiest grift in America, which is what Donald Trump realized too, run for president. They put you up on stage and they treat you like you're an equal to these other people next to you who've been serving as senator or governor or a member of Congress or whoever for years, and who actually have devoted their lives, or at least part of their lives, to public service. Andrew Yang got all that free publicity. My God, he became a household name. Anybody know who the hell he was before? For running for president. So then he found, well, what can I do after I lost? And nobody supported me except for the Yang chain gang, or I don't know, whatever the hell they were called. He ran for mayor of New York, right? Media capital of the world. Knew that he'd get a ton of coverage, and he got crushed in that too. Because once again, he doesn't care about policy. He doesn't understand policy. He made common cause with white supremacists at times, said we should bring everybody in. I'm one who believes in working with never Trumpers. I would work with almost anybody to defeat the right. But making common cause with David Duke seems not that smart to me. And so he's been an agent of chaos since then, looking for that next grift. He's got the name recognition, can I sell books? Can I build an email list? And he asks people for money, all the traditional ways that these figures, these cult-like figures do this. And now he started a forward U.S. party. Now, I will tell you, we need more than 2 political parties in a perfect future in the United States. The United Kingdom has 3 to maybe even 4. Some other democracies have 6 or 8. When you have 2 parties, you have the danger we have right now. If one of them becomes completely radicalized and authoritarian, and I would argue just about on the level, fascist in certain quarters, and growing fascism in the Republican Party, you only have one party, and you can't have a one-party democracy, and it is a problem. But the answer to that right now is not to enable Republicans. It's that Democrats need to win everything. The Republican Party needs to be absolutely destroyed, trounced at the polls, so that there could be a reckoning. And the Larry Hogan type figures and Mitt Romney type figures and, others, Adam Kinzinger's people I don't agree with politically, I think are wrong about most things, but the people that represent reasonable, at least acceptable views in a democracy form a center-right party. And preferably, we might have 3 or 4 parties. That would be the best thing of all. So you need coalitions working together to get policies passed. And then in that way, there's sort of this incentive to work together that we've lost with the filibuster and the fact that Republicans, represent states with more, in the Senate with more cows than people. It's been a big problem. Andrew Yang will not solve that right now. He is joined with 2 other movements just as dumb as his, Renew America and SAM. I don't know if it's Sam's Club. Do you go to Walmart or something? You join this party? Whatever. Sam for Us or something. and Renew America and Forward US, which just reminds you of the past when the Reform Party was like, we have Ross Perot here, who's a sort of radical centrist, I would probably say, populist on economics, a little more conservative to moderate on social issues, in the same party as Pat Buchanan, in the same party as like communists. You can't just throw everybody together who's not part of the two-party system, who don't agree on anything, and think that that's going to work. But also right now, you've got a referendum coming up in 2022 on Republicans, and it should be the one that destroys them. A party that has turned women into baby containers and taken away women's basic rights that they enjoyed for 50 years of controlling their bodies, who won't vote for, the Violence Against Women Act to prevent that, who won't give equal voting rights to Black Americans, who has a party that openly hangs out with and hires as consultants people that think Hitler was a decent guy and quote him, as we talked about in our Doug Mastriano video the other day. People that committed open sedition and attacked our government, attacked police officers at the Capitol, murdered, injured, stabbed, speared, stomped, kicked, and then, of course, went in and smeared feces on the wall if they didn't get their point. It's a radicalized, insane party, and in 2022, if the Democrats can get the messaging out there, of which many of us are trying to force in a more aggressive way, there's going to be a referendum on that. On, do you want this crazy Opus Dei Supreme Court to rule your lives? Do you want the radical terrorists who attack the Capitol do you want their political wing in control? But if the Forward US Sam's Party, Costco, are you shopping today at Best Buy or whatever they are party comes and takes a big chunk of that protest vote away, of that referendum away, the Republicans can hold power. They can maybe even gain power. They might hold on to certain Senate seats. It's why the Republicans right now have put their legal muscle behind the Green Party in North Carolina. They get this. They've done this. Jill Stein? Anyone? That's what Andrew Yang is trying to be right now. He's trying to be Jill Stein, which makes me suspect, is there Russian funding there? I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised. He's a chaos agent. He was always a grifter. He never had any experience or interest in politics before running for president and running for mayor, and you should reject him and his stupid party right now. They should be torn apart in the most harsh terms and made to be unacceptable to people, or they may just cost us our democracy. Thanks for watching, guys. Please smash the subscribe button, turn on your notifications. You'll get new videos, and also please share with everyone you know who you think may like this, and like, comment, and thanks for being here.